What is going on, my peeps? Your man Versatile's back with another video. Back here to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 3 weeks later. Yes, I've been doing specific coverage on the phone each week, highlighting something a little bit different about the phone and how much I've actually enjoyed using the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. Yes, it's been a complete joy. The last couple weeks we've talked about software and how great the software has been, how Samsung has completely improved and rehauled the One UI experience so that way it feels like it's actually a part of the phone and not something that's just baked on top of the phone. How the software really helps with battery life, which was the first thing we talked about a week later after using the phone. How has the battery life been? And I could say it has been no problems with this other than, again, as you hit 10%, look to turn on power saving mode. But that's also not a bad thing, because that's the point of certain features, is with that software being able to limit without breaking the phone, the software to improve your battery life or preserve battery life. The two go in tandem. They come together to help unify your experience with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. So battery life still has been great, software still has been great, and using that to also improve battery life has been fantastic. And software has also helped with the hardware on the phone, and that's something we're going to highlight in this video for the 3 weeks later review. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. Now, let's get into the video. And before I even talk about that myself, let's let Ivan Kam give his thoughts about the Z Flip 3 and his experience.
Hey fam, I appreciate you. It's really exciting to collab with you on this video, bro, so that I can share my perspective on this beautiful phone with your audience out there. Now, in the couple or few videos that I've made on this phone in the past, I've shared a range of things that I like about this phone, including the fact that it's such a cool phone, right? So beyond that, the one thing that really stands out the most to me is going to be the user experience. And you have quite a few different things that contribute to that, right? Including even hardware, as you mentioned there. The first thing I want to bring up, of course, would be performance that is pushed by that chipset, right? So you have a Snapdragon 888 here that is coupled with 8 gigs of RAM. Based off of just those numbers, you can already imagine that performance is just going to be top level on here. And it is, right? It's top level performance. You have 120 hertz refresh rate, meaning you get to enjoy that super smooth scrolling on this very tall screen, right? So 120 hertz allows you to be able to just scroll through things. Navigation is just super smooth. Again, that also contribute to just the overall user experience. You touched up on hardware. Again, I'm gonna go back to that, right? So you mentioned the flex mode and all that good stuff. All of that plays into overall user experience, in my humble opinion. You have the camera, very nice camera, the ability to take pictures, to take selfies using the main camera. Great, sharp image quality, great color gamut when it comes down to also that display. Just a beautiful AMOLED display that just make user experience so positive, whether it's for just day-to-day task or entertainment. Very, very good stuff. Overall, my take is that this is a very forward-thinking phone, right? Whether it's just the hardware itself, but also the specs. The specs are top-notch, the flagship phone. I would recommend this phone, to anyone who is in the market for something like this, for the newer generation of foldable phones. But anyway, that's just my humble take. Again, I truly appreciate you letting me share my perspective on this phone here. So back to you.
Great points, Cam. Appreciate you wanting to collab and feature on this video as well. I wish we could do more of that these days with these videos, in terms of being able to work with one another. And I don't know if it's because of the algorithm or people just don't want to work with each other when it comes to actually doing videos and not just live streams. But hopefully we can bring some more flavor back into this tech space or on YouTube when it comes to collaborating with other creators. So again, shout out to Cam. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well and check his video out for his full coverage on the Galaxy Z Flip 3. Now let's get into my thoughts about the hardware. As you guys know, I've stated it several times, Samsung has made this an actual legit phone just by changing the framing and the tapered edges of the phone. Yes, I do still have my screen protector on. I probably will take that off after the 1 month review and then talk about my coverage thereafter. But leaving that on, they've done a great job with this screen protector and the screen for that matter to feel like you're actually touching the screen. So that's also why I've been able to keep it on, because it doesn't hinder or get in the way of me being able to use said device. Also with the hardware, something that I've noticed that I appreciate is being able to tilt at a glance using the phone like this. So I don't have to play hand finessing with the phone and have to prop the phone in different ways. All I have to do is tilt it like that to get a very solid look as to what I'm trying to read, examine, watch, and it doesn't affect the phone. Samsung built their hinge to flex. You have your Motorola Razrs of the world that built their phones to really just open and close. But with this phone, being able to open it at a glance like that is nice. And if you want to hold it to your head like this to take phone calls, you can, no problem. And as I mentioned before, with the software working along with the hardware and the battery life, software with taking phone calls is as simple as hanging up without having to press any buttons, or you see a phone call, opening up and answering the phone call. That's what I like about this phone. The hardware is simply superb. And I heard Jay Will say this before, and I think it's a perfect point. The Z Flip 3 is a perfect phone to get into or introduce you into the foldable market. Now, if you're a big tablet user, one would argue that you wouldn't have a problem using the Z Fold 3 or the Z Flip 3. Since I use a tablet, I would love to try the Z Fold 3 out. But if you're talking about a phone that's very pocketable, that's what they built this phone to be. Very pocketable and still have access to a full-fledged smartphone at 6.7 inches. Amazing. The display on here has been fantastic. Solid colors. I've toned mine down to natural. I don't do vivid, and be able to get realistic colors from that perspective have worked very well. And I have not had any issues or stuttering issues with the 120 Hz display, which also means that the software has been working there as well. The hardware has been holding up so far 3 weeks after using this phone. So definitely something I really have been appreciating and enjoying. Fingerprint sensor I've had no issues with as well, and the hinge likewise I've had no issues with at all. This has been a very solid phone, something that I've been definitely enjoying. So that's my 3 weeks review on this. Again, shout out to Cam for wanting to collab on this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about the Galaxy Z Flip 3. What's your experience been with it? Are you contemplating getting it or the Z Fold 3? Let me know down in the comment section below. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. Next week, or for my 1 month review, it's going to be the totality of everything, but I'm definitely going to highlight the cameras, because while I was in Minnesota, I went to the Mall of America and was able to get some good pictures of the big Lego store, the big Lego land that they have there. They almost have like a Gundam sized Lego there, so I'm going to have some pictures that I took primarily inside the Lego store and in one of the arcades that me and my brother was able to have some fun at while we were there. So you're going to see those pictures included in the 1 month review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. But until the next video, your man Versatile signing out, and until the next video, wait for